Oh no, we've started. We are live. We're also late. Howdy, folks. I'm Brian.
I'm Amber.
And, yeah, I'm kind of, behind the time. So, in the meantime, I guess I'm gonna do a poll. What's our poll for today, Amber?
I was gonna ask, are you ready for fall with options of yes, no, and maybe?
Ooh, we'll see if we're ready for fall. Are you ready for fall? How is the volume, if anyone can hear us? And we'll do maybe. Why not? Can you believe that excuse me, already into fall here?
Yeah,
Almost
just
into fall.
about. I can't believe it. Like, okay, I love Halloween season, but I love summer, and I hate that summer's almost over, and I wish the whole year was just fall and summer and spring and no winter.
There you have it, folks. That's Amber's dream. Let us know what your dream is in the chat here. My dream is to always be wealthy,
I mean, that'd be nice.
and that's the dream. Why don't we actually go ahead? Oh, we have 100% no. So somebody is out there and they are not a fan of fall.
Not ready for fall doesn't mean not a fan of it.
No, they don't like it. They told me. I heard them. They said it. Specifically, we'll do live chat here. Specifically to me and only me. They have a telepathic connection with me, and I know exactly what they have to say. So, yeah, I'm sorry about this, folks. We are a little bit behind on things, and so I just was trying to get things up and running here. I don't actually have our selection of stories perfectly picked out yet. I know that sounds a little weird, but I mean, we'll just wing it and we'll hope for the best. I don't know. We'll see what people have to say. So, let's get started then. I guess. Let me see if I can find one story here. And Amber's going to do some kind of like juggling type of thing so that I
Wait,
can.
what?
Yeah, you're going to do like juggling for me just so that people have something to be entertained by. Um, I mean, we have. One second. Let me get this. Right, Amber, you're doing juggling.
I can't juggle to save my life. Okay, I have a pencil here, but I'm off screen, and you can pretend I'm juggling. Just imagine me juggling in your mind's eye.
All right, Amber is juggling, and we are going to read a story then. So let's get started. All right, I'm jumping into the another screen here. So let's go. Let's go. Here you go. This one's interesting enough. I would think. I don't know if you'll think so or not, but we'll get started. Speaking of terrible ideas, our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Refusing to Lie to My Boyfriend's Boss After He Asked Me to Play His Dead Sister on the Phone? So, I've been dating my boyfriend Jake for about 6 months, and he's fun, but he's also a bit chaotic. He sent me a message a few days ago saying that he called in sick to work, but he had already used all of his sick days. To get out of it, he went to the extent of telling his boss that his sister died. I was horrified, and he casually brushed it off like it was no big deal. The next thing is he asked me to do something ridiculous. Pretend to be his sister's grieving friend on the phone with his boss. He wanted me to cry and say that I was helping the family plan the funeral. I didn't even have to think twice. I refused immediately. I told him that it was dishonest, disrespectful, and if his boss finds out, then it could wreck his career. He called me uptight and said that I wasn't his ride or die. I told him that if he needs someone to lie for him, then he's dating the wrong person. Now he's barely speaking to me. And some of our mutual friends are saying that I should have just helped him out and that I'm being morally superior. I get that this wasn't my problem, but I also don't want to be dragged into the big lie. So am I the jerk for refusing? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. You are not obligated to lie for him. I mean, it's pretty despicable what he's doing. And also, though, but since when do you need theatrics and like your sister's grieving friend on the phone to convince your boss? Like, this seems very elaborate.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's basically to the point where they've discredited themselves enough that they need like something big and elaborate in order for anyone to actually believe them. And so, yeah, I would think that's where this is coming from. I want to stop for a second and say, hi, Marcia. Welcome to the show. I hope that your mom is doing a little better here. And yeah, I get the being miserable with cold weather. It's
Yeah,
no fun.
it is no fun. Like I said earlier, let's just throw out winter and we'll keep fall, spring, and summer.
Yeah. So let me know what you folks think in the comments here. Is OP wrong for not lying about being the dead sister's best friend? I mean, it's ridiculous because it's ridiculous, right? So, yeah. Let me see if I can find the next story. Like I said, I'm actually really, really behind today. I thought that I had a little more time than I did, so I don't, but we're gonna just wing it, folks. Hi, Sue Sums, welcome. Our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Walking Out of My Own Surprise Birthday Party Because My Ex Was There? So I'm a 28-year-old female and I had my birthday last weekend, and my best friend Lily threw me a legit surprise party. All of my crew, friends, co-workers, and even some family appear without me realizing it. I entered the door and surprise, went up in the room. Sweet, right? And then I saw him, my ex, Mark. I had not seen him since the day we parted 2 years ago. He cheated on me with a person that I knew and lied to me about it for months and then tried to guilt me into staying. I've no contact since then. The sight of him in that condition struck me in the stomach. My chest closed up and I felt sick all at once. I shot Lily a text and said, "Why is Mark here?" And she replied, "I wanted you two to be friends again. It was a good time to get rid of this thing on my birthday." I said, "No way," and she rolled her eyes and said that I was being dramatic. That's when I began to suspect that she invited him intentionally, since she is now friends with him. Well, I said to her, "Fine, I'm going," and I ghosted without a scene, and I just told everyone that I had to go home. Then a group of people texted me that I had ruined the party and embarrassed Lily after all the effort that she had gone through. Lily also sent me a nasty message that I had made her look bad and I should have stayed there because of everyone that had been invited. Now I'm thinking that I was too much. Mark didn't even talk to me, but his presence triggered a switch and I could not have a good night. Am I the jerk for walking out of my own surprise party because my ex was there? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, absolutely not the jerk. What Lily was doing was deeply manipulative. My guess is she is either already seeing Mark or wants to get with him and
Yeah.
wanted to use the situation to force Opie because she figured Opie wouldn't be able to walk out of her own surprise party, force them to be together and to be friends again.
Yeah.
Like, it's despicable. This was not a surprise party for Opie. This was a force Opie and Mark together so I can keep being with him guilt-free.
Oh, and I also want to kind of jump in real quick. How is the volume for you folks? Do you need it a little bit louder or is it all good? I mean, I can actually turn up the volume just slightly here, but if it's fine, it's fine. So, yeah, I think that I agree with your assessment here that Lily is trying to get in Mark's pants if they're not already in Mark's pants. And yeah, I think that they're probably trying to get OP to be in the good graces of Mark again because they want Mark and OP to get along so that when the wedding comes along, they can be part of the wedding party. I don't know. So that's kind of my take on it.
And then Susum says, Lily is not a friend. Get rid of her. I assume she's dating him and she wants to make everyone a big happy family. Anyway, let her have her terrible man. They may be good together.
Yeah. Speaking of being terrible together, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for demanding my coworker pay me $200 after I ate 20 tacos like he bet me to? So he said it was impossible and offered the money if I did it, so I did. Now he's claiming that it was just a joke and won't pay up. A bet is a bet though, right? Uh, oh, I guess Marcia said something
Oh,
too.
yes. So Marcia says Lily's not a good friend. It's true. Trying to interfere in her life is wrong. That was not a good birthday present.
Yeah. Well, this happened at our work lunch yesterday, and it turned into a whole office drama. We were at this Mexican place, and I ordered like 6 tacos, which apparently seemed like a lot to my coworker Grant. He started going on about how nobody could eat 20 tacos, and that it was physically impossible. I said that I could probably do it if I really tried, and he laughed and said, I'll give you $200 if you can actually eat 20 tacos right now. I asked if he was serious, and he said absolutely. So I ordered 14 more tacos. It took me about 45 minutes, and I felt like I was going to die, but I ate every single one. The whole table was watching and cheering me on. Grant seemed impressed, but also kind of horrified at what was happening. When I finished and asked for my $200, suddenly it was all, dude, I was obviously joking, and you can't seriously expect me to pay for that. But he made a clear bet in front of witnesses after I specifically asked if he was serious. He encouraged me to keep going when I was struggling around Taco 15. Now, half the office thinks that I'm being ridiculous for expecting payments for a quote-unquote joke bet, while the other half thinks that Grant should honor what he said. I'm out of the cost of 14 extra tacos, plus I feel sick for the rest of the day. Am I the jerk for holding him to a bet that he's now claiming was just a joke? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. He made a bet. He thought this was a sure bet, but it was not. And he needs to pony up the money.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of my view as well here. I mean, I think that the thing is like, you have to know what you're getting yourself into. So he made this bet. He needs to honor his terms. I mean, that's plain and simple.
There's always a chance you're going to lose. It doesn't matter how sure you feel. You do not bet money you're not willing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't pay it, then you don't make the bet. Well, what do the comments have to say?
So Susam says, people make bets for fun, but they do pay if they lose. Don't offer what you can't afford to lose.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. It's like you shouldn't offer what you can't afford to lose. So that's a good philosophy. Speaking of don't offer what you can't lose, our next letter is...
Oh, and Marsha says, oh my goodness, 20 tacos. Yes, he needs to pay up.
Yeah.
And then Susam says, OP may let go of that money, but don't forget to remind it from time to time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think at this point in time, like, OP is probably out the money, but which is unfortunate because like they spent more money than they were expecting to, and like they should have gotten Mark to agree, or what was it? Was it Mark?
I don't remember his name.
There's like so many stories with Mark being like the name, and just starts
Marks
to get...
are just the universal jerks in this land.
Yeah, like that apparently, if your name is Mark, then you're not a good person. But yeah, like, it's unfortunate that OP is kind of out of this money, but I don't know if they're gonna get anything back. Maybe they can take like an office pool and be like, hey, can you all pay that money that Mark refused to? All right, folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for getting my son out of jail before visiting my son in the hospital? I think they mean daughter here. So I'm a 55-year-old female, and I have 3 children, a 21-year-old male, a 19-year-old female, and a 14-year-old male. This concerns my oldest 2 children. They were out Saturday night at a popular pub in town, and my husband is away on business when I got a call from the police station saying that my son had been arrested for assault. Naturally, I was shocked and immediately got in the car to drive to the police station to bail him out. While I was driving there, I get a call from my daughter saying that she had been taken to the hospital after her brother punched her. She said that she was fine, but had been unconscious for a few minutes. So they were checking her out for a concussion. My son and daughter usually get along fine, but they're not super close. But they haven't gotten into a physical fight in quite a few years. So I asked what she did to cause him to punch her. She starts screaming hysterically down the phone, saying that how dare I blame her for after she was the victim of a violent man, and that I always favor her brother, etc. Eventually, I got out of her that she had been kissed by her brother's best friend since primary school. So they had been friends since primary school. Well, when they were in school, my son would regularly get angry at my daughter for flirting with his friends or wearing revealing clothes around them. And I had many conversations with her about respecting her brother's space and friends, and that she shouldn't try it with his friends. Then 2 years ago, she started dating my son's close friend, younger brother, and my son was so angry that he didn't speak to her for weeks. He was being made fun of by his friends group as well. I didn't take sides in this, but I was grateful when they broke up after a couple of months. This is all to say that my daughter knows that she shouldn't behave like this, and she knew that it would hurt her brother. Of course, this doesn't give him the excuse to hurt his sister, but she was being looked after in the hospital, whereas I really couldn't do anything. Whereas my son, he was stuck at the police station and needed me to come and pick him up and bail him out. So I went and picked him up, and I dropped him off at home, as he was quite drunk and upset before driving to the hospital to pick up my daughter. My daughter was very upset with me and is still not talking to me because she feels that I chose her brother over her. She has told her dad, and he has taken her side. But she has always been his favorite, so this isn't surprising. So she's dropped the charges against her brother, so it won't go on his record or anything like that, and is talking to him. So I don't understand why she's so cross with me. She told me that she doesn't have the energy to explain to me why I didn't, and so why don't I go and ask Reddit? Therefore, in an effort to appease my daughter, I've come to ask this forum for some advice. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
Oh, yes. Holy heck, are you the jerk, OP? That is victim blaming. Your son made a conscious decision to punch your daughter. He does not have control over who she dates. He can be grumpy about it. He can choose not to talk to her, but that does not give him the right to physically assault her.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're saying, oh, well, should have known better, blah, blah, blah. No, she is allowed to date who she wants to date. Again, that can make family dynamics uncomfortable. He can choose not to engage with her. He can be frustrated and upset, but that does not give him the right to physically assault another person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. I think that she made a huge mistake with picking him up, right? I mean, I could understand like her trying to figure out what the situation was originally and going to the police station to try and bail him out. But once she heard that it was her daughter, I mean, I don't understand why the OP even bailed their son out of the jail at that point in time. Just let him face the consequences. I mean,
well, and in the comments, it comes out too that OP is the one who convinced the daughter to drop the charges against him.
yeah, well, and that's not any good. Like, that's actually a pretty terrible situation where OP is here basically not doing right by their daughter at all. And I just want to step in and real quick and say, hi, Kat. Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you. So yeah, I just think it's a raw deal. I think that OP is not doing the right thing here and is not being a very good parent. So that's my take. And hopefully we'll get another comment here to roll in a second here, but then we'll move on to the next letter.
Well, and like I don't know, I just feel like OP really needs to take time and evaluate her actions. And why is she not questioning what her son is doing? You know, like she seems to have no problem blaming her daughter for simply existing and having, you know, feelings for her brother's friends, which apparently seem to be reciprocated. Why does her son more entitled to happiness than her daughter? Why does her son get to like terrorize other people to get what he wants?
Yeah, well, and that's just it. But what do the comments have to say?
Marsha says, what an awful mom. No wonder the son is a jerk and she made him an awful guy. Hitting a girl, especially a sister, that hard is horrible. I hope the daughter presses charges against him.
Yeah, well, she did press charges originally, but unfortunately she was convinced to drop the charges by
OP.
OP.
Who then is like, it's just a family squabble. It's like, no, this is physical assault.
Yeah, well, this is domestic violence, right? Like, he needs to face consequences, and the fact of the matter is that if he hit his sister this hard to render her unconscious, then he's a danger to other people, right? So, yeah, I think he belongs in jail. To be quite frank, I think that's a great place for him until he can learn how to control his emotions. You know, the one also thing is like OP. I know we kind of wrapped this one up, but I just wanted to like hit on this last point. OP is sitting here blaming their daughter. What did you do to upset him? Right? Like, that's the classic, like, victim blamey thing here, right? Like, oh, what did you do to make him upset? You know you shouldn't be hitting on his friends. That makes him upset. This is your fault now. I've told you not to do this before, right?
Right. Well, and again, it's like he doesn't have, like, the right to control his sister's life. Like, again, he can choose not to be in her life. But he cannot choose to hurt her to try and make her do what he wants.
Yeah. And speaking of bad siblings, I guess this is the right segue for that. Our next letter is titled, I'm a 27-year-old male, and my girlfriend, a 32-year-old female, scammed my sister, a 20-year-old female. How do I help them repair the relationship? So, my sister fell for the dumbest scam ever. My girlfriend wasn't even trying to scam her. She posted a joke on her close friend's story about how she could turn $1,000 into $1 million for anyone. It was a joke, but my sister messaged her and said, "Really? How so? So my girlfriend tells my sister about some fake banking thing that she can do, and my sister sends her some money. Afterwards, my girlfriend just stopped responding and kept messaging her until my girlfriend said, "You're not getting any of the money back." Well, of course, my sister was angry and told me and almost told our parents, but I told her just to keep it between us. I talked to my girlfriend about giving the money back to my sister, and she said no, but for a good reason. She wants this to be a learning experience for my sister so that she's keeping the money so that my sister will be more vigilant in the future. Right now, it's $1,000, but in a few years, it's $20,000. So if we don't teach my sister to be more responsible, I don't agree with my girlfriend, and I think that she should give her the money, but I see her point as well. I told my sister that I would talk to my girlfriend, but there's nothing I can do. She said no, and her response was dump the expletive, right? Well, which was completely disrespectful. And I told her, don't talk to my girlfriend like that. Right now, my sister isn't talking to me, and she's even more removed on social media. I'm going to give her some time. My birthday is coming up, so when she calls me for happy birthday, I'll try to mend things between us and her and my girlfriend. I would really appreciate any advice on how to mend things. Edit, these comments are wow. I did a poor job and didn't add some very important context. My girlfriend is one of the sweetest people there is. She's very kind, she volunteers and mentors a lot, and she even helps my sister with her resume. I can also say that this isn't about taking advantage of my sister, like others have suggested, because my girlfriend does decently well for herself. She genuinely feels like this is a good way to teach her a lesson because she cares deeply about my sister. It's not the method that I would use, but she's coming from a good place. Edit 2, I can see the outrage in the comments. I hear you. My girlfriend is from a good place, but I understand my sister's frustration. To solve the issue, I'm just going to give my sister $1,000 out of my own pocket. All right, folks, what do you think?
OP, your girlfriend is not who you think she is. Dump her yesterday. She stole from your sister.
Mm-hmm.
She does not have good intentions here. Like, even if she was one of those well-meaning, if this was a well-meaning but poorly executed thing, she would have just given her the $1,000 back and been like, next time you could lose it for real. I don't think that would have been a good thing to do, but it's very, and I'm not guessing that's what she was doing, but it's very clear at this point in time with her keeping the $1,000, she scammed her, she stole from her,
Yeah.
and she should give it back, or the sister should talk to the police.
Well, and Sue Sums was asking about how old the sister is and how old the girlfriend is. The girlfriend's 32 and the sister's 20, all right? So I think that there's a huge power imbalance here because, like, when you're 20, you can be a little bit less experienced in life, right?
Well, I think the important thing, too, is also this isn't a random scammer. This is the brother's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And so there's a level of trust here that you don't have with, like, the Nigerian, prince who is emailing you.
Yeah. I mean, the old expression is, if it sounds too good to be true, then it is. And I mean, I think that's good advice, right? So if something sounds too good to be true, then it generally is too good to be true. But that doesn't give you a right to take advantage of someone, right? You can't just craft this elaborate story and take advantage of people. That's called fraud. People go to jail for fraud, right? So I do definitely think that OP is in the wrong here. He should be telling his girlfriend to give the money back, or he's going to dump her, right?
And go to the police.
And go to the police, right? I mean, $1,000 is a lot of money. Like that. In some places, I think that's grand theft. I think it depends on the place, but that could be like felony levels of theft here. The fact of the matter is that the sister needed to, I mean, the girlfriend needed to uphold their end of the bargain. Like, if you tell somebody that you can do something, then you better, do that thing, right? Like, that's a service at that point in time. So I don't know. I just think that this is just an absurd situation. And I think that OP probably should get a new girlfriend, even though he's like, she's the best person in the world, the kindest, the most beautiful person. Doesn't have a mean bone in her body type of thing. She volunteers and feeds the poor and stuff like that. Like, this probably is why she's justifying stealing money
Mm-hmm.
is because she does all these other good things. And
Well, and there unfortunately are some people who will do those kind of things specifically to look so good that you don't question when they do bad things.
mm-hmm. But what do the comments have to say?
Marcia says, call the cops, she's a thief, and dump the girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
Kat says, and Susam says, girlfriend needs to go to jail. Kat says, what is wrong with the girlfriend? And the OP is so generous negotiating with the girlfriend.
Yeah.
She cares deeply. I just can't. And then Susam says, how to mend things, step 1, get some brain cells on the head that is on your neck, not the other one.
Yeah. You know, I think that would solve a lot of these problems. A lot of these stories. Our next letter is titled, Fiance, a 34-year-old male, is allergic to cats but proposed to me, a 33-year-old female, knowing that I have 4 cats and is now saying that he had hoped that I would rehome them. What do we do now that we are facing living together? How? I don't, you know what? I don't even know how people get themselves into these situations sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So as the title states, looking for some help here. My fiance proposed in April of this year after about a year together. During this time, we have lived in separate homes. I have lived in a rental for the past 8 years, and he recently bought a fixer-upper home. I have had 4 cats for the past 13 years. I didn't necessarily willingly choose to have 4 cats, but it's a long story. I ended up with a mom and her 3 kittens and have raised them for the last 13 years. And anyone knows me knows that my cats have become my trusted companions. Well, over the past year and a half together, my fiance will stay at my house. He has never had a bad reaction, with the exception of one time where we were sitting on the floor doing a craft and he got watery and itchy eyes. So anyhow, on to now. We have decided that after our engagement to fix up his home and live there since he owns the home. I have been helping him remodel the house, and I was very anxious about leaving my safe space at first, but fiance kept telling me to think of all the positive things, such as my cats, and they would get to lay in the bay window, etc., etc., etc. Well, now on to the renovations. He had an electrician come into the house, and the electrician left drywall dust in its wake, and my fiance had a bad reaction to it. My fiance then started saying that he was unsure that he could live with the cats, and this whole situation has now completely spiraled. I said that I was comfortable with making accommodations such as a cat-free bedroom, air purifiers, frequent vacuuming, and it will be hardwood floors, and he has a Roomba. But he is still nervous and unsure. He's told me that he spoke to someone before proposing, and this someone told him that I should choose him over the cats, and that it hurts that I'm not. Well, I'm just sort of baffled at all this. He knew that I had cats, he proposed, suggested moving in, etc., etc., etc. I can't help but feel that the rug is being pulled out from under me. I don't know what to do at this point in time, and I'm certainly willing to take his health into consideration. Does this mean living separately? That would be unfortunate, but perhaps doable. Getting a separate living space, such as for the cats, for the back of his house, for them? I don't know. I'm just looking to see what other people think, and I'm honestly am I being inconsiderate for not agreeing to rehome them? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. I mean, he literally, it sounds like, has made it sound up until now like he was like, oh yeah, your cats will get to lie in the bay windows. He led OP on.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a bait and switch. Now he's all of a sudden like, you should get rid of your cats for me. No, that's, if he was the right partner for you, he would never suggest you get rid of the cats. He would have come up with one of the other compromises.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's it. It's like there's not a compromise here, right? He had a bad reaction to dust, and the dust isn't even the same thing as like cat dander and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like he certainly like has allergy issues, but he's been in a relationship with OP. He knew what he was getting himself into, and yet he is choosing to try to like, guilt OP into basically acquiescing to his will here, which I think is a real shame, right? Because like you shouldn't tell someone to pick their pets or them, right? I mean, that's such a terrible ultimatum because a lot of times like pets are family members, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and these kitties, like the kittens, OP's the only person that they've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the youngest ones are 13 now, so I mean, I don't know how the mom is, but she's even older. These are senior pets. They don't deserve to just be like thrown out like they're nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's really what it boils down to. I mean, maybe they need to wait a few years and then move in together. I don't know. It's a sad situation that he would do this, but I think it's kind of also red flags for the future.
Oh, I think absolutely. If he can just like expect you to throw away your pets for him.
Yeah. But what do the comments have to say?
Kat says if someone believes that you will simply rehome your beloved pet, it actually says a lot about that person. Susum says, I guess the fiance was hoping the cats will die soon since they are pretty old, but never choose a man over a cat. Cats are better. I second that.
All right, folks. Speaking. Oh, and I guess Marsha has a comment too.
Marcia says, don't move in with him. You are a cat mom and those cats will be devastated. Maybe find a new guy who loves cats. His behavior is manipulative.
It is very manipulative. It is. Speaking of manipulative, no, this doesn't work. It's not a good segue. Our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Secretly Moving Out While My Parents Were Sleeping Because of How They've Been Acting? Context, I'm 19. I'm going into my second year of college and I love my family. The thing is that I've had some revelations recently. My parents have always idolized my older sister, constantly praising her for as long as I can remember, even though she tormented me when I was small. Lots of physical fights and manipulation, even though she is a full 10 years older than me. So it's not like I even stood a chance against her. Currently, our relationship is kind of strained, but very complicated. My sister is very charismatic and charming, gets a lot of things for free, very ambitious, and she was recently picked up by the cops and is being held federally for a drug trafficking charge across state lines. And she has 7 other drug-related charges. Well, I think my parents have been processing this strangely. The comparison of me to her has always been present. That I'm too shy, that I need to stick up for myself more, that I need to live my life more, that I need to be interested in making connections. For example, be more like my sister. I used to look up to her entirely, even though she hurt me a lot. But her arrest has altered my perception. The comparing has really ramped up recently, and both of my mom and dad have gotten kind of aggressive about it. I'm a good student and I get good grades. I tutor kids part-time. I volunteer to feed the homeless. They took my phone saying that I have no need for it because it's not like I do enough without my life in my life that I actually need it. I fought it at first, but they pay for it, so I guess there's nothing I can do. Sorry. Well, then they took my doors off the hinges, saying it's because I don't have anyone over and I don't have anywhere to go. They need to know what I'm up to. In my opinion, this is all completely unwarranted. I no longer had privacy and I felt very unloved. I stopped eating dinner with them, which they complained about. So after a few weeks of this, I conspired with my grandmother. She doesn't like how they've been acting either, and she said that she has room if I don't mind sharing a space with her. So I snuck out in the middle of the night with the car that I had paid for and just let them find out what happened on their own. My mom keeps the landline, but I haven't answered. Oh, keeps calling the landline, but I haven't answered. She has talked to Nana, but hasn't come by yet. I feel guilty and really don't know what to make all of this, but I'm definitely happier with my grandma. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. You are not being treated right in your house. You have a right to choose to where you want to live. Like OP, you're an adult. Your parents are not being good to you. They are invading your privacy and not allowing you to have any privacy. This just sounds like a weird. I don't know if it's a grief thing because they are afraid that OP is going to end up like the sister or if what is going on here, but their motives don't matter. Like whatever their motives are here, they are not treating you with respect and dignity. You should be allowed to have your phone. You should be allowed to have your door, especially like if they had money issues with the phone, whatever, but the door, like you shouldn't take anyone's door. Everyone deserves to have some level of privacy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe they're worried that OP will spiral like the sister did or something like that, and that this is just their weird way of trying to protect her. But whatever the reasoning here, it's just not right. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can't do this to somebody and expect them to be all right with it. She's her own person and she needs to be given her own space and her own privacy. And the fact that they're taking away the phone and the door and stuff like that and being like, well, you don't use these anyways, so you don't need them. I mean, how backwards is that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm glad that OP got out of this situation because it doesn't sound like they're being very good parents here. I think
No.
that they are being terrible parents, to be quite
Mm-hmm.
frank. But what do the comments have to say?
Susan says, my brother was also a little bit manipulative when we were kids, but he's only 1.5 years older, so what he was doing wasn't anything bad, just making me do the hardest chores. Anyway, OP did right to get away from that place where he was feeling bad and was actually abused. And then Marcia says, "Oh my, I feel for that girl. They are mentally abusive and controlling her because they can't control their older daughter." And then Kat says, "I was not expecting the federal crime turn in the story. I'm happy that OP can at least rely on her grandma."
And there's one more from Kat.
It hasn't appeared for me.
Oh, okay. But I mean, it's addressed to Marcia anyway, so. All right. So let's see what our next story is going to be here. Wanting my future mother-in-law to take down a shower curtain. All right, folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for wanting my future mother-in-law to take down a shower curtain with my face on it? Sorry in advance for any spelling errors. I'm on a mobile, and I'm just that bad at writing in general, so I have a pretty bad dyslexia. That makes two of us. My future mother-in-law has made a shower curtain that's a picture of me and my partner, and she made it without asking either of us and put it up without asking. It's only in my partner's bathroom, so it's not even something that she uses. It was technically a birthday present for my partner. Where I'm getting upset is that I have to ask my partner constantly to take it down or just do anything, but just not to have it in the bathroom. It makes me really uncomfortable, and I have horrible self-image issues. Usually the idea of that huge image of me just being somewhere for everyone in the house to see makes me feel like I'm going to explode. The reason that it hasn't been taken down yet was because my future mother-in-law insisted that I needed to see it in person before they did anything with it, even after knowing that it made both of us uncomfortable. My partner lives in America, and I'm from Canada, with her at the moment. So when I went to go and visit him 2 weeks ago, I finally had to deal with seeing it every single day in person. Obviously, I can't tell her that I hate this thing in her house, well, while they are letting me stay over. Well, after I left my partners again, and they told her that I didn't like it, even now that I have seen it, and instead of taking it down, she said, well, I like it. I feel awful because every time it's brought up that it makes one of us uncomfortable, she talks about how happy it makes her and how the bathroom door it looks when it's open and she can see it, which makes her happy. I feel like I'm overreacting in some way here because it's just at the end of the shower. It's just a shower curtain in her house and I don't live in it, but I feel like my feelings aren't being thought of in the moment. I don't even hate the picture. I just wish she told me beforehand that she was going to make it so that I could tell her what I was comfortable with. I would have been fine if it was a framed picture. I still can't help but feel awful because she says how much she likes it and spent money on it. It makes me feel gross and uncomfortable, especially now that she has said some weird things connected with it. I still don't know if I'm overreacting or if this is actually an issue, so I would like some opinions. All right, folks, what do you think?
I mean, I think OP, I don't know if OP has a lot of options in this situation, but I can understand why OP is uncomfortable. It does feel like an odd choice to have their faces printed on a shower curtain, of all things. Like OP was saying, a framed photo would make a little more sense if she wanted to constantly look at it. Like she could just put it wherever she is most in the house,
Mm-hmm.
put the framed photo up. So yeah, I don't know again if OP has any recourse because like the mom bought it, she can kind of do with it what she wants. But I can understand why OP is uncomfortable, why OP doesn't want to be around it.
Yeah, I think that this is such an uncomfortable thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think most people would probably be uncomfortable with a shower curtain sized picture of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's life sized, right?
Or larger than life if it's just like a headshot.
Yeah, and it gets to be a little bit on the unnerving side to have something like that around, right? Because, like, a small picture, that's not unnerving, it's just kind of a picture. But a whole shower curtain, knowing that, like, the pictures there while you're showering and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, it's just maybe there's
Sure,
not
you're
like
watching, staring down at everyone while they're using the toilet.
yeah, it just is a little bit of an odd choice, right?
Like, I don't know that I'd want anyone's face on my shower curtain.
Yeah. And it's such a strange thing. It's really very odd. I don't even know what to make of it, but I think that OP is right to have their feelings. Like no one gets to tell them how they feel. If this makes them uncomfortable, then the mother-in-law should respect that and take
Mm-hmm.
it down, and the boyfriend should respect this and take it down and hide it or something like that. If he knows that this makes OP uncomfortable, and like the mother-in-law said, "Oh, just let OP see it first, right?" And so OP went and saw it and still didn't like it, and now she's still refusing to take it down. So
Mm-hmm.
she's not even upholding her end of the deal here.
Mm-hmm.
But what do the comments have to say?
Susan says, I can imagine it being funny birthday present, but at the same time, I wouldn't expect it to be used actually. But at least mother-in-law is not having it for herself. Kat says, excuse me, who thinks, oh, this photo will make for a perfect shower curtain? I'm confused by the very idea. Is this some weird power play from the mother-in-law? And then Susam says, I actually didn't even know you can get shower curtains with printed pictures.
Yeah, it hasn't really occurred to me, but
Mm-hmm.
I know you can. There's a lot of print services that you can do like custom prints and stuff like that.
Sure, like blankets and stuff like that. Like I get blankets and all that kind of stuff, but like shower curtains.
Shower curtains are an odd one. They're an odd one. Speaking of which, folks, I'm releasing a new line of shower curtains. It's me, as big as life. I'm going to have like the weirdest face or something like that there, just so that you can always have me in your shower.
You know, what that would make would be like a great window cling, actually.
A
Like that.
window cling, yeah.
Yeah, and just like have Brian like staring. You'd never get burglars if you just had like Brian standing at the window
Yeah,
staring
so
at
it's
everyone.
your anti-theft devices. Print one and put everyone in every single window. I don't know. I don't know. This is how we fight the crime pandemic. Not that there's a crime pandemic or anything. But I mean, if you haven't been robbed before, and then you put my picture up, you're guaranteed not to be robbed again. My lawyers are telling me not to make guarantees like this.
Yeah, yeah, you can't make those guarantees,
Yeah.
but
All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, I'm a 27-year-old male, and my wife, a 29-year-old female, broke an irreplaceable family gift of mine during a fight. Now I'm struggling to forgive her. How can I move past this for my marriage? I'm a 27-year-old male, and I'm really struggling to forgive my 29-year-old female wife after the fallout from a fight. It escalated to somewhere that it didn't need to go. I need an outside perspective. For some context, we're high school sweethearts, married for 3 years now. We're not only partners, but we're best friends. She knows me better than anyone else, and we've been together and through a lot. Well, our relationship was never perfect, and we've had our ups and downs, but usually we can communicate to common ground. I've never doubted that we were a team. A constant fight that we've had lately is about budgeting. We don't exactly see eye to eye on upholding it. Circumstances have changed, and the budget was more relaxed before, but had to be tightened because rents increased. The budget isn't unreasonable and keeps us in the boundaries of living within our means. Overall, just making sure that we have everything covered first before spending elsewhere. It's not so different than the system that we already had, but it's now like the budget is actually locked in and my wife has an issue with sticking to it. Well, the other day, she went over the budget on an impulse purchase and it put us behind on a bill. I only found out what happened when I saw the deduction. She said that she couldn't resist the deal and splurged a little bit. She thought that she could pay it back before I noticed and before the other bill was due. That didn't make me feel better, but okay. I told her that I wish she had communicated with me first since we went over budget. She said that she wasn't a child who needed permission and that she intended to return the funds. Well, we got into a fight, and it was the biggest one that we've had in a little while. I have this pottery piece that was a gift from my great grandma. We were very close, and she handcrafted it for me. My wife broke it during our fight. She slapped it off the shelf. I was too far away to grab it, and she never even attempted to. The pottery smashed into pieces, and I swear she did it on purpose. I watched her make eye contact with it before swinging her hand. I feel like she was angry at me and retaliated in the moment. I'm really hurt, and the pottery was irreplaceable. My wife knew how much it meant to me. She hasn't taken accountability or apologized. She's only kept saying that was an accident. Now she's being extra affectionate verbally and physically. I haven't been receptive. I know to someone that it was just pottery, but it meant a lot to me. I don't want to believe that my wife broke it on purpose, but I can't shake the possibility that she did. I don't know, I'm struggling to forgive her. I don't want to build resentment or fight anymore. How can we move past this? All right, folks, what do you think?
I don't know if you can move past it if she's not willing to own up to what she did. I might. It does sound like she did this intentionally, and if she did this intentionally and is now just trying to smooth things over, what's the next thing she's gonna do to hurt you when she gets angry? Like it seems like she went for the thing, one of the things that means the most to OP.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to ask yourself, are you willing to lose everything that matters to you when she gets mad at you in a fight?
Well, I think this kind of shows that she needs therapy, right? Like if she resorts to these kinds of things when she gets mad, then that's not good, right? This sounds like a one-time thing, right? Which means I don't know that this is impossible to repair, but it certainly is a red flag, right?
Well, because like that's a I can't imagine being so mad at you that I would smash something meaningful of yours. Like,
I mean, the thing is that I think sometimes people, when you get angry, you kind of lose control, right? And that's not an excuse. That's not to say that she, just lost control when she was angry, right? But I do think like sometimes it does dull your judgment a little bit. And that's why it's important to even not escalate fights to the point of anger, right? And in this particular case, I think that she absolutely needs to go into therapy and work on this because this is certainly not a healthy way to be. Like, if you get into fits of rage where you lose control, you're not your best self and you're not being a good person when you lose control like that. So I definitely think marriage counseling at a very minimum if OP is trying to salvage this relationship.
potentially, but if she's manipulative.
If she is manipulative, but it doesn't necessarily sound like she is. It sounds like in general that they're fine, right?
Well, but the whole, like, she hasn't acknowledged what she did. She's doing the whole, like, kiss and make up thing, trying to
Mm,
sweep it all under the rug. She didn't own up to what she did. She wasn't like, I'm so sorry I did that.
yeah.
I shouldn't have done that. There's no acknowledgement of wrongdoing. And so I have some serious concerns about how committed she actually is to improving things. And it was such, like, a minor thing. Like, I understand it's not fun when someone calls you out on the budget.
Yeah.
Like, no one likes being told, oh, hey, you're spending too much money. But to, again, resort to destroying a priceless family possession
Mm-hmm.
is such an escalation. And it makes me question, again, like, does she even care about OP? Like, how could she take this priceless item and just smash it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really sad situation. And I think that if anything, they should try to get it repaired. I know like there are some traditions where if something breaks, then you can use like gold, for instance, to put it back together. I don't remember what the practice is called. It's a Japanese practice. I think it's also practiced in other parts of Asia too.
Yeah.
And so maybe not real gold,
Mm-hmm.
depending, on the situation, their finances. Like, of course, if they can't afford to splurge on small things, they're not going to be
Mm-hmm.
able to afford to repair this family heirloom with pure solid gold. But they might be able to figure out a way of repairing it and kind of adding to it and making it a little bit of a, more, adding a little bit of stuff to it, right?
Yeah, well, like if it's not too smashed, you may be able to just glue it back together with some epoxy. If it is too smashed, you can always incorporate it into something else, like mosaic tiles, like a garden mosaic tile or something like that. Um, but hopefully OP is able to use the pieces somehow to keep that alive for him.
Mm-hmm. It's a sad situation,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's a bad thing, and I do agree with you there that she's not taking enough responsibility, and maybe that's not a good thing. But I think she needs therapy at a very minimum. But what do the comments have to say?
Kat says this story isn't really about the pottery or the budget, is it? Susum says, to be fair, this may be time to think if both of them even should be together. They were young when they started the relationship and they may have grown too different. And I wanted to say that they need therapy, but it doesn't sound like they can afford it at the moment.
Yeah.
Marcia says the wife is out of control. Therapy is needed, but sounds like the budget is a key issue. She could put them into financial trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Susum says, I am not sure that the budget is key because she may not be wanting to do it even if they would have a lot out of money. Well, and that's the other thing too. On top of this is the budget issue. If they have different ideas of finances, like we all know that finances are like the leading cause of relationships ending, and it's important that they make sure they are actually on the same page with finances.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not, then it may just be time to get out of things before she sinks them both.
Yeah, it's a hard situation. I don't envy either of them. Money is such a difficult thing, and it's always tight. And in hard economic times, it can become an even bigger stressor. So
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that they can find a way of fixing that pot. But speaking of fixing things, our next letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for refusing to give up my seat in the car to my pregnant sister-in-law?" So I'm a 28-year-old female, and I recently went on a weekend trip with my husband's family. It was a 6-hour drive, and we were all traveling in one car. My in-laws, my husband, a 30-year-old male, his brother, a 33-year-old male, and his wife, a 32-year-old female who was about 6 months pregnant. I get motion sickness pretty badly unless I'm in the front passenger seat. Everyone in the family knows this, and I even take medications for it when I travel, but it doesn't always help. On the day of the trip, I got in the front seat as usual, and everyone else got settled in the back. About 30 minutes into the drive, my sister-in-law asked if I could switch with her so she could have more room and be more comfortable. I politely said that I didn't really think that I could because I get really sick, and I reminded her of the issue that I've had for years. She got quiet but didn't push it. Later, during a stop, she brought it up again and said that I was being selfish and that she's carrying a human being and that I'm just being a little nauseous. My husband backed me up, saying that we had already discussed the seating beforehand, but my in-laws seemed kind of awkward and didn't really say much. Now that we're back, I heard through another relative that she's still upset and told others that I made her suffer the whole ride. I didn't mean to be rude or inconsiderate, but I also didn't want to throw up all over everyone. I feel bad, but I also feel like I shouldn't have to make myself sick just to avoid conflict. All right, folks, what do you think?
No, absolutely not the jerk. There's additional context in the comments that sister-in-law was the one who insisted they take a single car
Yeah.
and agreed that OP would get the front passenger seat. So, I mean, OP wouldn't be in the wrong anyway, but especially the fact that OP was willing to take a separate car and sister-in-law insisted they all go together. This feels more like a power play than anything. Like she wanted to torture OP just so for funsies.
I don't know if it's that she wanted to torture OP. I just think that maybe things changed. Like she was getting more sick than she expected. And maybe she didn't understand how sick OP gets. But I mean, like you said, there's more context in the comments here. Basically, OP really pushed the idea of them taking separate vehicles, really wanted them to take separate vehicles, but the sister-in-law, she pushed and pushed and pushed until people agreed.
Well, and that's why it feels like awfully coincidental that then she's like, oh, I need more room, and tried to push the whole I'm pregnant thing.
Yeah.
Like, because car sickness, I am someone who can get car sick, and like I hate it. It is so awful. And like I could not handle that trip. Like if someone was like, "Oh, hey, like you need to get in the back," no, I'm not moving from the spot. you, I can't handle it.
Yeah.
So.
But what do the comments have to say?
Kat says, as a person with motion sickness, I know firsthand that giving up the front passenger seat is a favor to no one. And then Susam says, since Opie has issues, he is 100% not the jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it too. Like, what did sister-in-law want Opie to do? Throw up all over her?
Yeah.
Or all over whoever's in the back seat?
Yeah. I mean, that's just not a fun situation.
Like, you're going to be pulling over the car every, 20 minutes or something.
Oh, and there's another comment there from Marsha and Susam's.
Okay, they just showed up. Susam says, I have had some other comment before Amber said that sister-in-law wanted everyone to have only one car. Not that I have anything more to add. And then Marsha says, I get motion sickness too. Could sit in the back if in the middle and stare out the front. The sister-in-law is petty and from now on takes separate vehicles.
But speaking of petty, it's tea time. Hi, everybody. Grab your beverage of choice. I've got some tea right here. And Amber, she has a joke.
This is from the Ultimate Joke Challenge. My cat ate all the food in the house. It looked like a real meowthful.
That's a pretty bad one. Do you have any other jokes in there for us?
I think the next one's worse.
Oh, what's the next joke then?
What's red and can damage your teeth?
What's red and can damage your teeth? I can think of all kinds of things that are red and damage your teeth, like a car that's red that could damage your teeth. How about a bat that's painted red,
Or
uh,
a brick.
or a
The
brick?
answer is a brick.
Yeah, it is definitely red and bad for your teeth. So, yeah. Oh, it's wine time. So, enjoy your wine, Susums. I hope you are enjoying it. I am enjoying my tea. And that's why your writing is so bad. Your writing is fine. Trust me. Uh,
I have water in my Pokemon tumbler.
yeah. Oh, I'm glad that your mom is doing better, Marcia. I mean, I've really, I've thought about you and her and stuff like that. So I'm glad that she's doing a lot better here. And that's never fun. That's never fun. Um, so hopefully she is fully back to 100% here soon. And I guess I'll let people take another second to guess whether I have what kind of tea I have or not. You'll have to tell us what kind of wine you have there, Susums.
Oh, and the poll. Is our poll done?
Oh, I guess our poll is done. It's a tie, right? And so I'm gonna end it. End poll. And our poll basically says 50% of people are no, they are not ready for fall. 50% say maybe, and 0% say yes. So no one is ready for fall yet. It's not surprising because I'm not ready for fall either.
Well, I mean, summer is my. I know, like, as a spooky person, like, fall should be my favorite season, but it gets cold so fast. So, summer, when it's sunny, my brain likes sunlight. My brain likes warmth. And my body likes warmth. And so, when it's like warm, but not too hot and sunny, my brain is very happy with that.
You know, I like spring a lot.
Spring's nice too, like late spring, like May, June, late May, June. I like that.
Oh, you have red wine from Spain. It's very nice. And I actually have licorice spice. So neither Earl Grey nor the special guest tea, though those are both great guesses. Let's see. I have to pick out a story real quick here. Let me see if I can find one that I like real quick. I mean, not that any of these were bad stories, mind you, but they're more like, what end on like a high note instead of like a
Yeah.
low note, maybe. I like to end the live streams on a high note.
Mm-hmm.
We might not be able to because I am not prepared enough today. We were like rushing to the very last moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was like still sorting out the stories. I was like, oh no, I haven't picked out the stories yet. So not so good on that respect.
Oh, you had a rainy summer. So Susum says, I'm not mentally ready for autumn because we had a very rainy summer, but since I have studies next week, I need to be ready for autumn.
Aha.
We had a very rainy spring, but then our summer has been super dry, basically a drought up until today and tomorrow. We had thunderstorms today. And like I was hoping to go there's a little bog walk in Orono I was hoping to go to today or tomorrow, but it looks like it's gonna be raining tomorrow too. And it's like, weather, please cooperate.
Yeah, you know, you can always count on the weather not to do what you want it to do.
And the licorice spice tea, it does have a licorice flavor to it. I feel like it tastes kind of like root beer, which is similar to licorice. So
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get your sarsaparilla-esque flavors here. I mean, it's more of a black licorice taste to it, but I mean, it's not even like an overly strong one. It's
well,
the stash licorice spice.
yeah, I mean it doesn't. I don't like black licorice, but I like the licorice spice tea just
Yeah,
fine.
it has a lot of different things in it. It has like cinnamon, licorice. I think it even has fennel in it. I think it has a lot of different things, but it's very well blended. It's not like one flavor is overwhelming in it or anything like that. So, I mean, I like it. I think it's a nice mixture of different flavors there. So, I'm definitely enjoy the licorice spice. I'll have to bring in the packaging one of these times and actually read it off to you so that you actually can get an idea about what's in it. All right, all right. Let's see. It can't be too long and it can't be too short.
Do you have anything fun or wholesome happen to you this week?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't remember this week.
Oh, okay.
So, did I have anything fun or wholesome happen to me this week?
I don't know. I was gonna thought we could just share our own wholesome stories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I was happy to see my book is either in or coming soon to 5 in paperback. It's already in a bunch of libraries and ebook, but the paperback is either currently in or on its way to 5 different main libraries, with more to come. I know there's some libraries that are waiting on the hardcover, which the hardcover comes out October 7th. So that was one of my things for this week. Was I was really excited to see more libraries with my book.
Yeah, that's always good. That's always good. And the humidity is always the worst part of summer, Susan. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
All right, folks, then our last letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Wanting to Pick Up My Mother-in-Law While I'm in Labor on My Way to the Hospital? I would say we already know the answer to this question, folks. My mother-in-law has no car, and she has told me that we have to pick her up when I go into labor while I'm on my way to the hospital. She's been calling for the past week, asking if I'm in the hospital, and when I say no, she says good because you're supposed to pick me up. The first time she mentioned me having to pick her up was while I'm in labor. I told her, sorry, I don't think that my main concern will be picking you up while I'm in labor. I'm more worried about getting to the hospital. She has been arguing with me saying, well, it's not fair because I don't have a car. When I told my husband about this interaction, he said that I was being rude. If you can believe that, folks. She asked to be in the delivery room, and I said no, because I just want my husband there. She said that it's not fair because she doesn't get to see her other grandchildren often. I'm sorry, but is that my issue? Anyways, I don't want anyone else visiting right away. I would like to be alone for the first 4 to 5 hours after literally pushing a baby out. When I said this to her, she said, well, I'm visiting first and I'm going to be right there after he's born. Since I told her no to both requests, she has been making smart remarks like, your mom is probably going to be there, or she's probably not even going to let me see the baby. I get the excitement, but it's my first birth experience, and quite frankly, if I'm being honest, I don't want anyone at all visiting in the hospital. I have just thought about telling no one that we even had the baby and waiting to tell them that he's here when we get home because of her. Everyone keeps making me feel guilty for it, so I really don't know. I can't tell if I am being honestly the jerk or not. All right, folks, what do you think?
No, absolutely not the jerk. Your husband needs to shut his mom down ASAP. And if he can't, it may be time to find another person who can take you to the hospital when you go into labor, because you need to be with someone whose top priority is you and not appeasing mommy dearest.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure to let the hospital know that she's on have her on the do not enter list. They can make sure she doesn't get into there if you don't want her in there, but make sure you have that all planned out in advance and that your husband can't sneak her in or anything.
Yeah, the husband is the part that I'm kind of concerned about, because I think that he's potentially going to go against OP's wishes here and allow her in, and I think that's just not going to be a good situation. So I do agree with you. I think that it would be wise if OP made sure everything was all in order before getting to the hospital. But what did the comments have to say?
Susam says divorce with lots of exclamation marks. Kat says, my opinion is never to argue with the designated driver or the person actively giving birth. Susam says, who cares what everyone wants? Only the person whose opinion matters is mom.
Yeah.
And Marcia says, I agree, Amber.
So maybe that wasn't such a high note, but it was a nice one where we can all agree that maybe divorce is the answer here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We all come together for this one. I mean, not that we've been fiercely debating or anything, but
yeah, I mean, we're all fiercely debating against each other here. That's the thing. But speaking of fiercely debating, that's all the time we have today, folks. I hope that you've enjoyed our little show today.
Yes, it was great talking to you all.
It was good seeing you all. Thanks to Marcia and Susums and Kat. We loved having you here today, and the anonymous other person who, maybe that was Amber actually, who answered the poll. So thanks for joining us. We had a lot of fun, or I had a lot of fun. I can't speak for Amber.
I did too.
Amber allegedly had fun.
How dare you question me?
So speaking of divorce, well, I'm just saying you're going to divorce me because I'm a smart person. Smart Alec.
I was gonna say, like, I was like, if I was gonna divorce you for being smart, I'd also have to, like, what do I do about myself?
Yeah, not smart like that though.
Yeah.
So thanks everyone. I had a lot of fun. Amber is now apparently going to die on this.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about divorce. I'll just, like, die of my allergies first.
Yeah. So hopefully you enjoy the rest of your wine there, Susums. And hopefully your mom starts feeling even better. I did catch out of the corner of my eye, folks talking about her and that she is actually really in shape for her age and stuff like that. So it's good to hear. And for anyone who watches this in the future, thanks for watching the recording.
Yes.
I hope you all have a great month, and I'm sure we're going to see you all tomorrow for our next episode. So take care, folks.
Bye.
I'll sit on here for a second while everyone files out and juggle this deck of cards. Pick a card, any card. I bet you I can show you what cards you have. This is a real live deck here. A live deck of cards, folks. A live deck of cards. So first off, I'm going to show you all a card. But, I mean, I'm going to have it facing away from me, so there's no way that I could possibly see this. And then I'm going to shuffle things here. No way I could possibly see the 8 of clubs at the front there. And I'm going to shuffle things randomly. I got the 8 of clubs. What do you know? Goodbye, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that magic trick. Yes, that's my new day job. Magic.